Okay, this video is about two things: how to play life on easy mode and how to date the most attractive women in the world that do not have shitty personalities, because that's very hard to find, right? Usually the more attractive a woman is, the more dog shit her personality is, and the more pain in the ass she's gonna be. As somebody who's about to propose to my girlfriend, she already knows about it, don't worry. She's already basically said yes, but I'm gonna do the proposal, make it special, so on and so forth. As someone who is dating like arguably a 10 by society standards in terms of like physical appearance, genetics, waist to hip ratio, body type, so on and so forth, and has found the balance of like someone who is that hot and also this crazy, right? Opposite, which is usually it's like here, hot and crazy. I can tell you what I had to go through to get here, and honestly, I would have done it differently a little bit, and I can tell you how to do it easier than I did it, so you don't have to like worry basically about like ending up with the wrong person. Women, if you're watching this is also for you, because the concepts are still going to apply for finding the right guy. Okay. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. For those that don't know me, the ratio here is 7-3. Okay. So for every 7 men, there's 3 women, which gives women the delusion of choice, not illusion, delusion. Okay. It's the term that I've made up. Here's what I mean though. The women here that are 6s think they're 10s because there's so many more men that are approaching them, but they're not actually even realizing what approaching them means. They think that means they can be wifed up and married by all of these guys. It's like, no, they just want to fuck you. And like they'll settle for damn near anything because there's not that many attractive women in the Bay Area to begin with. It's very, very hard to find even like 8s, 9s, and 10s in the Bay Area because this is a tech place and tech doesn't value looks. Meaning even the men, for the most part, are not attractive here. Like they're worth 10 million and look like dog shit. Where you go to LA, the guys worth 10 million are a little more attractive. You go to New York, at least they're a little more finance and like in shape and like cool and not lame, right? But the point is, women in the Bay Area have delusion of choice, which is actually why they're miserable, because they're like, wow, if I'm getting approached by all these men, but they all suck and like they don't have the social skills and they have money, so they kind of have what I want, but they really don't. They think they're the greatest thing of all time because they think all these men want to marry them, but they don't. They just want to have sex with you one time, maybe twice. Okay. It's the same thing. Like imagine for women that are listening, imagine if like an Indian guy with no deodorant, with a sharp, shitty accent, thought he was a 10. You would be pissed. You'd be like, what? How does this asshole think he's a 10? Right? And I'm not even a 10, but I date 10s. And it's because what matters for men is different than what matters for women. What matters for men is social skills first and perceived social status. Perceived meaning when I'm out last night in San Francisco with my friends, David Cruz, 6'4", ex-Army Ranger, ex-Division I football player, perfect body, perfect looks in the face, perfect social skills. Like, you can't really reject that, right? My other buddy, my Wand, drives a McLaren, professional, used to be a professional fighter, rich as hell, really good looking, Middle Eastern guy. Kind of looks like me, but like better in a lot of ways. Very charming. Like that, me and them too, like if we're out anywhere, it's like a joke. Right? And I'm like the weak link, technically. But I've mastered social skills to a level where before I even had money, I was dating the hottest girls in the Bay Area. Then I realized this. You go to you go to a country like Brazil, and women are actually way hotter and way nicer. Okay? They work basic jobs too. They're not like engineers and like high level stuff. But they're very grateful and kind. They don't have delusion of choice, okay? And if I were to recommend guys to do something, it would be one of 2 things. Actually, it would be this route specifically. Change my mind. Practice in a place like the Bay Area where it's really fucking hard until you get great. And then if you still like didn't get lucky like me at one point where I actually found my dream girl in the Bay Area, which is like, none of my friends are finding this, by the way, guys. This is a fucking joke how embarrassing it is. Once you get to that level where you're not like a passport bro and you're not like lame, go to Brazil and just like find an educated, attractive woman. Because Brazil, the culture is really cool. It's like they're hot, they're into fitness, and they're also actually educated. Like I know a girl who's been in the US for 2 years. She's Brazilian, and she's literally a supermodel, like built, and she has a master's degree. And she's like getting a doctorate in the US. And it's like, what the fuck, right? So like, you can find that, but don't limit yourself by location because of your career choice that you feel like you need to keep doing to make your family happy or your friends happy. Because when you die, you're gonna be pissed that you lived the life that they wanted you to live, okay? Now, everything in between, right? If we have Bay Area dog shit, right? And then for dating, and then like Brazil, let's just say. Now we have a lot of places in between. I'm not saying you have to live in Brazil. We have Scottsdale. I was literally in Arizona last night. I went out in Arizona and then went out in SF, and I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, the women in Scottsdale are beautiful and have like this, like, not southern charm, but they're just kind, bro. They're kind. They're nice when you talk to them. In the Bay Area, like, it's embarrassing. Like, the girls that I was around, just like around, because like I was like doing content and like networking with people, were hot and nice. And then like last night, like the girls in the Bay Area at like Barbarossa and fucking SF, which is like it's not even a cool place to be. It's just like the only place that isn't ghetto where there's like decent looking women. They thought they were so hot. And I was like, bro, you guys need to go somewhere else. Like I literally said to one girl, I was like, do you like women or are you like married with kids? And she's like, oh, I'm actually married with kids. I'm like, okay, no wonder. Like, because like, how do you think you're so great? And I've already won, so I'm not playing from a place of bitterness. I'm saying this because I was with a client of mine who struggles to get women despite making 300K and like being like over 6 feet tall and good looking. And I'm like, bro, listen, you're playing in the hardest place right now. Develop the skill by getting shit on here until you figure it out the way I did, and then you got to go somewhere else. Don't stay here as long as I did. I found it after 7 years. I found a great girl. 7 years of playing the game. You don't need to play that long. I was good at the game after like 2 years. I was really good, and I could have left and been way happy. Like, not, I'm happy now. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm ready to marry my girl. I love her. I'm very happy and grateful. And grateful is the word, right? Which women hate grateful, right? Because right? So, and also men and women, don't limit yourself to a certain race either, because like, if I limited myself to only Persian women, I would never be happy, bro. I'm sorry. Like, Persian, especially in the Bay Area, imagine if I said I'm going to stay in the Bay Area and only date Persian women, but also expect them to not be gold diggers, not be psycho, not be shitty, whatever else. It's just too hard to find. And that's not just for Persian women. I'm not shitting on Persian women. Persian women in LA are a little different, right? But my point is, imagine if I said the same example. If I was Asian, like Chinese. I only want to date a Chinese girl and she has to be in the Bay Area. Well, you're limiting your options, man. The reason I'm about to get married is because I actually expanded my horizon for what I wanted. But that's the problem. With women, you guys have delusion of choice. And with men, you also have delusion of choice sometimes because you're Indian, don't wear deodorant, have a dog shit accent, but want to date white girls. In what world does that make sense, bro? You can pay for it. I have a Playboy model that'll go to your house right now. She's been on the cover 15 times. $800. Like, you can do it that way, but like, what's the point? I'm going to be late for my workout, I just realized, so I'm going to wrap this up. Why this all matters and why am I talking about dating is because my success in dating led me to become a millionaire through the world of the stock market, finance, and trading. Okay? And trading has allowed me, let me take a step back. Let me dive into detail on that. One of my dating clients is a very successful trader, okay? And he introduced me to a network of traders that now allow me to make multiple 6 figures a month, fully remote, not just US. I can really be anywhere. So me and my fiance to be and wife to be can literally go to Europe for 6 months and actually live life in a place that isn't the San Francisco Bay Area because of the path that I chose. And you can choose that path too if you're not a pussy. Okay? I already have the blueprint. I can show you how to get there. as long as you look at the results that I've created for myself in life, do your due diligence, and make a fucking decision instead of just watching me forever. Gonna go work out with my trainer. Talk to you soon.